What is up, Boo Boo Gang? So today I'm gonna be reacting to biggest mismatches in MMA. Sometimes fights are mismatches. That kind of just ruins the fight before it even gets started. The original video will link down below. Also, if you have any reaction requests, let me know in the comments down below. And please, please, please follow me on my social media, my Twitter, my Snapchat, and my Instagram. Those all will be linked down below. But let's jump to the video.
Matchmaking can be a hard job in MMA. Trying to pair two equally skilled opponents can prove difficult and expensive. So sometimes matchmakers don't even try. Sometimes heart and determination can overcome skill, but most of the time it doesn't. This is a list of the 5 biggest mismatches in MMA. Royce Gracie versus Matt Hughes. In 2006, a fight was announced that nobody expected. Royce Gracie versus Matt Hughes.
Oh, I know who Royce Gracie
was in
is.
prime form as the welterweight champion and had won all but one of his previous 18 fights, including a submission over Georges St. Pierre. Gracie, on the other hand, only had 2 wins in the past 6 years, one being over 0-4 Akibono. The fight went as expected. Hughes completely destroyed Gracie and almost submitted him with a straight armbar.
His arm is bent in a bad angle.
The fight ended after Gracie tapped out to Hughes' elbow strikes in the first round. Royce hasn't fought in the UFC since. Chael Sonnen versus Jon Jones. After losing a fight at middleweight, Chael Sonnen was given a light heavyweight title shot against Jon Jones at UFC 159. Jones, considered one of the best fighters of all time, was on an 8-fight win streak, while Chael was stopped via TKO in his last fight. The only reason Sonnen was given the title shot was based on his trash talking and ability to generate hype for a fight.
I'm better than Jon Jones. I'm better than Sean Combs. I am even better than John Holmes.
The UFC saw a payday and made the matchup, but Chael wasn't able to back up the trash talking and was immediately taken down and elbowed into a predictable first-round TKO loss.
It's over. Jon Jones has finished Chael Sonnen.
The most damage inflicted on Jones during the fight was by himself when he accidentally broke his toe.
Let's take a look at it. This is the broken foot. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
James Toney versus Randy Couture. After annoying UFC President Dana White during countless interviews, former boxing champion James Toney was offered a fight against MMA legend Randy the Natural Couture. The fight was only put together to show that in an MMA fight, boxing isn't enough. And that is exactly what happened.
I don't know jiu-jitsu, I don't know wrestling. All that I know how to do is fight. Period.
Couture immediately took him to the ground, and Toney had no idea what to do. After a short time, the Natural secured an arm triangle, and Toney was forced to tap out. James Toney hasn't fought in MMA since. Chris Santos versus Jan Finney. Chris Cyborg Santos, who had won her past 9 fights in a row, was matched against 8-7 Jan Cuddles Finney at Strikeforce 2010. As you would expect, someone with the nickname Cuddles didn't fare so well against her opponent Cyborg. Chris Cyborg dominated Finney for the entire fight, and even the commentators thought that the fight should be stopped.
This is brutal. Winslow has to stop this fight. Jan is not fighting back.
Cyborg's betting odds were minus 2,000, which meant that if you bet $100 on her to win, you would win 5 back. Finney, on the other hand, would net you over $1,000 profit on only a $100 bet. But odds exist for a reason, and Cyborg finished Finney in the second round after a brutal and hard-to-watch beating. Nate Quarry versus Rich Franklin. Nate Quarry was a contestant on the first season of The Ultimate Fighter reality show. He won 2 fights in the UFC against Shoney Carter and Pete Sell, then was awarded a title shot against Rich Franklin at UFC 56. Quarry wasn't ready for such a high-level opponent at the time and was totally outclassed. Franklin broke his nose early in the fight and then delivered one of the best highlight reel knockouts in UFC history. Quarry was the first contestant of The Ultimate Fighter to receive a title shot and retired in 2010 with 12 wins and 4 losses. Honorable mentions. Cain Velasquez versus Bigfoot for creating the biggest mess for the janitors to clean up.
See, look at all that blood, man.
Oh my goodness.
It's incredible how much blood that is.
Nasty. After a kid got lost on his way to buy Magic the Gathering cards, he ended up in a fight with Ben Rothwell.
No, I still make fucking let the kid get beat up pretty much is all that happened.
A performance artist who thought he was a fighter until he got punched in the face.
That's horrible. You really get beat up in UFC, in MMA. Like, you really get beat up. You really, that's a lot of punishment right there. Make sure you guys subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next reaction video. Peace out.